So we're gonna do a redneck fix to it here.
In the next two-part video series, I'm going to go deeper into the pricing and the psychology of the pricing and how we break down a price on one of our projects. I'm going to lay the entire job out for you at the end of this mini series, but I'm going to let you watch all of the things that we're doing up to that point, and then we're just going to let her rip. $300,000 job in 3 weeks, and it's like, oh God. Let's get very realistic on that. Most of those inflated numbers you hear, there's some bullshit to it, and I'm not going to bullshit you guys. So today we're going to teach you everything that I know the way that I know it. Let's do that now.
Shoot, I just about forgot to do our before walkthrough.
On a paver project like this, I try to break the job down into its simplest components so I can get the most accurate pricing. Now I'll measure the surface area of the patio to determine how many square feet of pavers we're going to be installing. But if there's any demolition or extraordinary excavation that has to happen before I can do the install, that gets a separate price on its own. So removing this concrete is a completely separate line item from installing the paver patio and doing the excavation.
We got a little boulder wall kind of thing I'm going to put in right here to kind of hold this back, because our patio is going to end on the corner of the house and we're going to have to do a whole bunch of stuff through here. So yeah, little wall.
How do you price out the pavers themselves? Where there's the fair market share, the fair market value in your area. It means that the price that I get may not necessarily be anything close to the price that you can get wherever you are. In fact, the price that I can get for this job would not be the same price that I could get for this exact same job if I picked this project up and just moved it 100 miles north of me and put it in a more rural location. So the easiest way for you to check out what your pricing is to begin by understanding is what's the pricing that your best competition is using. And I say best because what's the pricing of the best companies? What the guys that have a good reputation established, what are they doing? Not what Chuck and his truck is doing, but what the big dogs are doing.
Little wall done.
I worked for quite a few years before I first heard of the thing called a mobilization fee. And that's when I got my hands on one of my competitors' bids. I realized that they were charging for every piece of equipment that they were bringing out to a job site, which also meant I could do that. So for every excavator and skid loader and piece of equipment that you see that I have to make a special trip to bring out to the site, I actually charge $250 for that fee. Now on this project, we're also going to be burying 2 downspouts and daylighting those towards the end of the yard and regrading the entire yard. But we're going to cover pricing on those in just a moment as well. Now here you can see where we're hooking the drain tile up into the downspout of the house. But how much do you charge for that trench? Well, there's a number of different ways you can do it. You can do it by the hour, or you can charge by the linear foot. In the past, we've charged anywhere from $11 per linear foot up to $18 per linear foot. But one of the biggest variables is how deep do you actually have to dig that? So you've got to be very cautious if you give a flat rate per linear foot pricing. What are the obstacles that you're going to be working around, and how deep do you got to dig?
Oh man, we just kicked up a big old yellow jacket nest right over there. Blaine stepped right on it. Oh, they got him like 5-6 times. Oh, there are a bunch of them over there. Oh my god. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see them, but like there's a cloud of those freaks. Ah, damn. Yeah, we're gonna go sit in the truck for a little bit.
All right, so we're talking about pricing and pavers, and this is where pricing can get a little bit even more confusing. Pricing varies between commercial and residential a lot. Now on a commercial job site, paver installation could go from anywhere from $8 to maybe $12 per square foot. And you're gonna say, that doesn't sound right, because it didn't sound right to me the first time I heard it either, but it is right. On residential jobs, the price goes up almost double to triple. So that same paver project will now go for anywhere $23 to $28 per square foot. Your competition will dictate the maximum price that you can get, but it's very important for you not to use a nationwide average on how you determine the pricing in your geographical location. Like I said earlier, if I take this job and move it 100 miles north, I'd be getting a lot less revenue out of it. But if I took this same project and I put it into certain areas of California where pricing is at an absolute insane premium, I could take the price that I'm getting today for this project and easily multiply it by 2 or 3 times for the same job. So your geographical location has a major impact on your pricing. And one of the things to look at is how densely populated is the city where you're working. The bigger the city, typically the higher the prices you can command, especially if you have high-end or affluent neighborhoods inside of those cities.
Right off. So we're gonna do a redneck fix to it here. All right, we got our little double fisherman's knot on there. Pop her off, man. Don't break it. Oh yeah, you just gotta go over it more times.
Joey has a really good catch right there because it's not compacting right, but he's addressing the wrong person. He's comfortable with Sam. Sam volunteered to start training Joey in, but the right proper chain of command is for him to address the project supervisor whenever there's an issue. If the soil's not at the right optimum moisture content, it's not going to compact. So that soil needs to be amended with water, and basically just a slight rinse down with a little touch of water will help all of those particles compact real tight together. So there's a couple mistakes going on in this clip, and I've just thought I'd share that with you.
All right, good morning everyone. So looks like we got some rain coming, so we're gonna be racing the weather. But yesterday we got the patio all excavated out. Had a couple lifts of our recycled class 5 in this. So plan for today is we're gonna get the string lines back up, get our pipes set and start screeding out, and race the rain.
6 inches of the 3/4 clear base material is included in all of our flat rate pricing, plus 1 inch of sand. But what happens if we need to deepen our base for the pavers and go to 8 inches? How do you account for that pricing? Because when you deepen the base, you increase the amount of excavation spoils that you have to haul out, and also the amount of material that you need to import to offset that excavation. Here's a formula that I've used in the past that seems to work, and it's $1 per inch per square foot. Let me explain. If we're gonna deepen the base 2 inches, that means every square foot surface area of that patio, we can charge $2 more per square foot. If we're gonna deepen the base by 3 inches, that means we can charge an additional $3 per square foot on top of our regular price. And that's a premium price because we've got to modify the base and modify our construction techniques. And the important thing is we've got to account for those changes in the project, because if we don't account for them now while we're working on the project, at the end of the year, our financial statements will account for those changes for us by subtracting away from our profits.
Look at that.
On the next video, we're gonna go deeper into the bidding and estimating on this project, including some specialty items like custom cuts. Do you just include that in your paver price, or can you charge for that? And the short answer is yes, you can actually charge for custom cuts, which you will see us doing. But on the next video, we're gonna walk you through every component of this project. And at the end of that video, we're gonna break down all of the different components and do some pricing for you guys that are just getting into the industry to help you better understand and wrap your head around how much do you charge for a project like that. And if this is something that actually helps you guys out, let me know in the comments down below. Just say, yeah, include more bidding and estimating numbers in your job projects, and I'll do that for you guys. But that's it for this one. God bless, go get them, and hopefully we will see you on the next one. There's a like button. Hit the likey button. If you likey this, hit that button. Catch you later, guys. Subscribe. I need like 3 more subscribers. That would bring me up to 10 total. That would be so cool.